Today we are finishing this workbench up. We're finishing up Matao's workbench. Today we have to get some vise jaws in the vise. We're going to do a bit of an inlay in the front board here just because I want to be extra with it. We're going to plane everything, break all the edges, sand everything down, and get it ready and get some finish on this thing and get this ready to be a working workbench. So I figure we've got our vise on the workbench, why not use it here? So I've got a piece of cherry loaded up here. I'm just going to round over the edges. I've got it marked on this side, but I don't want you to see what's on this side, so you're going to see it from that side now. Nice. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this to 3 more sides. I'm just rounding it over. I'm not so much worried about this. We're going to cut it in half, so I'm just watching my line on this side here. So I've got my back piece on and I'm covering the whole back half of the vise, and now I'm going to plane it down smooth with the bench top. That'll give me just a little bit more bench, and that makes sure there's no dust, there's no like crack in there between the bench jaw vise and the bench where like dust and stuff gets caught in. So it'll be nice and smooth. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, man. I'll take that. So that will be the back jaw. And now I just need to make the front jaw. That's just a thinner piece. I probably don't need, like, this is almost 1 inch thick, but I needed it to be flush with the back and still reach all the way back to the front. So there's this back front jaw. I don't need that big of a thick of a piece of wood. All right, one more piece cherry, and the parts that we need to make are done. We're getting there. Look at that. We're getting there. I've got both jaws now on the vise. I actually went bigger with the front jaw than I said. I know the last scene I said, oh, I think I'm just going to make it thinner. I actually went bigger for a couple reasons. I want this to be really solid. My old vise over there, I just got like maybe a 1/2 inch piece of pine on it, and it moves a lot, and I'm not really a fan of it. It doesn't hold great. So I went with 1 1/4 inch thick piece of cherry here. Everything's plain, nice and square. It works really, really well, but I want this to grip even harder. I put a board in here and it grabs it really well, but I want it to be a little bit better. So they make this stuff called crubber. It's like a cork rubber combo. I don't have any of that. So what I do have is a adhesive backed piece of cork here. I bought these a while ago for like making coasters and stuff. And I actually put it on the vise jaws of my actual like current vise. And it has honestly lasted me for years. It's almost all worn off now. and I was going to put a new layer on, but now I've got this. So I'm going to do this for now. If this winds up wearing off after a year or two, I have like literally a whole bag of them here that I can just replace them. But I think if this wears off after about a year, I'll actually, you know, spring for the crubber stuff and buy that. You can wrap this in leather too. Just like soft, you know, like soft grain leather. You can wrap it in that and like, you know, double-sided tape it and put it on. But I think this will work just fine. Cut this one in half. Waste not. Something like that. And close it. Press it. And then I'll just come through the razor knife and cut all that off. All right, rubber or cork, we'll say, is soft jaws are done. So now I can grab stuff. That cork will really help grab everything I put in here really solid so nothing shifts or moves as I'm planing. So our vise is almost in good shape. Now I'm going to wax these bars with some microcrystalline wax and put a little grease on the screw and we're good to go. So going underneath the bench now, I've got those 3 holes on each side that are made to put lags up through into the bottom of the bench top. So I need to make sure everything's aligned right now, drill 6 pilot holes underneath there with my drill, and then put my lag bolts, lock washers, and washers on there. We made those holes big on purpose so that the bench can move back and forth as it grows or flexes with the season, but it'll hold it down solid to the top or to the stringer, and that's how we're going to mount the legs to the bench top. I want the raspberry. Hang on, gotta go try Polish candy. Oh man, that was good. Whatever it was. Raspberry jelly with like dark chocolate covered. That was good. All right, drill my hole. I gotta make sure I don't drill through my top. Dude, I'd be so bummed if I just drilled a hole through the top of my bench. All right. I could look at the top, see if I just drilled through, but I'd rather it be a surprise. Lag bolt. And again, everything's stainless, so I don't have to worry about anything rusting out here. There's a Chinook flying over right now. Sorry if you hear that in the background. Yeah, buddy. If you don't know what a Chinook is, after this video, not now, but after this video, go look it up. They are awesome. Ooh, I just got scared for a second. There's a piece of like wood dust. Okay, we're good. And we are getting mounted. Okay, I've got 5 more to go. I'll be back when this is done. We are knocking stuff out today. Our bench is becoming a bench, and I love this. The bench top is now married to the base, and it is solid. So as solid as my top is right now to the base, and as level as I made everything, the floor, however, is sadly not level. And where I'm planning to put the bench is going to span 3 pads of cement. So nothing is level. So at the bottom of each leg, I've got 8 of these. I'm going to put 1 on each side of each leg, of each arm coming down, bolt it to the bottom, and that way I can use this top like Allen wrench there, and I can take these like heavy duty feet and level out the bench when I get it to its final spot. It'll also put a little bit of air underneath the legs and the cement because, like I said, it gets very wet in here in the spring and the fall, especially in the rainy season when it's wet. So it gets very humid in here. And I want to keep that wood off the ground because I don't want the wood from the legs absorbing all that moisture constantly because it'll end up rotting. So by keeping this up, it'll raise it off the ground about a 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch, depending on how unlevel the ground is when we get it leveled. But it'll get some airflow through there and protect that wood, make it last a lot longer. Now, I'm going to do 4. I'm going to start with 4. I don't know if it is useful to put one on the outside and the inside. I thought, that would help give it more, contact surface to the ground. I don't think I will need one in the middle, but later, if it becomes a problem or something, maybe I'll put like a rubber foot underneath the middle just for support, but I don't think I should ever need support in that middle. So we'll work on this next. I probably should have done this before I put everything together, but I didn't. So I'm going to lift it up and put a 2x4 underneath, and that way I can get and mount these, at least screw the holes and mount them. I'll do that. And then throw it back out. Yeah. I cannot tell you how incredibly heavy this bench is. Each one of these feet, according to the documentation, is supposed to hold 300 pounds. Altogether should hold about 2,400 pounds, right? Which this bench is nowhere near 2,400 pounds. Nice. Okay. Pull those all the way up so that they don't rattle. All right, I've got one on both sides of the legs, which really opens up the stance. So like that. It takes whatever the 2.5 inch wide legs and makes them almost 4.5 inches wide. So very nice, very stable. Like, it's stable. Like when I say it's solid, this thing is solid, man. Oh, all right. Barring like a hook to hang my brush and stuff, the only thing we have left now is to sand everything, get it smoothed out the highs and lows, replane the top, and then we get some oil on this thing. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me sand this entire thing down for like 2 days, so I'll be back when we're done sanding. We're ready to do, the money shots of the oil going on. To finish, we're gonna use 100% pure Tung oil. So I'm just going to pour it into a cup. I'm going to apply in some of the like hard to get areas just with a cheap kind of chip brush. Basically what we're going to do is do like we do with any hard oil or hard wax oil finish. We're just going to put this on, let it saturate for about an hour. And then we're going to come through and wipe everything off as much as we can and let that dry for about 24 hours. This says 4 hours between coats, but I'm going to do 24 hours, then put another coat. Probably about 4 coats in total, so it'll take about 4 days. All right, here we go. Just gonna put a little bit of the oil on this brush. Brush it on. Look at the immediate pop in that cherry, man. Just gorgeous, gorgeous color. Absolutely beautiful. I am going to love this bench. So Tung oil is a natural finish. It'll make it so that when I glue stuff up on here, if glue drips on the bench, it'll just pop right off. It won't stick to the wood. It makes this thing, like I said, completely waterproof, so it will, if I spill something on it, it's not going to hurt anything. It protects it from oils and everything else. It is just an amazing, amazing finish. He said very natural finish. It does. The reason why a lot of people don't like using tung oil is it takes a long time to dry. So, like I said, this container, sometimes they'll use or they'll mix like acetone or something with it, or mineral spirits or something to kind of thin it out. And they do that so that it has better drying time. So basically you just want you want it to saturate into the wood really good. Like I said, they do that so it has better drying time, but or faster drying times. But I don't mind. Like, I want this to be pure. I want this to saturate in really well. So this is applying the finish to this bench is going to take me probably a solid week. All right, well, I will come back when it's time to wipe it off. We have to wipe the finish off of the wood. I'll show you that part. But for now, I'm just going to sit here and do this and cover every surface of the bench with this tung oil. All right, so yeah, this has been sitting for about an hour now. And I'm just coming through with just some clean paper towel and wiping all the excess off. Basically, you're trying to wipe off all the oil you just put on. So it's been sitting for an hour, saturating into the grain of the wood. So now you're just wiping off all the excess on top, evening everything out. And now this will dry for the next 4 hours. Well, so yeah, the manufacturer says let it dry 4 hours before you put on another coat. I'm going to let it dry 24 hours. But I'm going to put on another coat then tomorrow, probably in the morning. So maybe a little less than 24 hours. But I'm going to let it cure all night. Mainly because it's cool in here and the moisture is up a little bit. So this might take longer to dry. So I'm going to let it really cure up for a solid overnight. And then tomorrow I'm going to come in and repeat all these steps that I've just did right now. Basically reapply it. Then once I've applied it, after an hour, before I did this, I didn't show this on camera, but I took just a white Scotch-Brite pad and went around and buffed everything in, just working the oil in, any residual oil that was left on the surface. I just worked it in wherever I could, and then came through with the paper towel here and wiped everything off. So like I said, I'm going to do probably 4 coats. So this first coat is definitely a little bit blotchy in spots. Some parts of the wood absorbed it more than others. So as we apply subsequent coats, it will, it'll become more even of a color, more richer.